What is up, Tumbos? It's your boy here, Triple Storm, and this is the Fortnite Week 3 missions guide. This one will help you with the Worlds Collide missions, which as usual you will only start with 3. As you complete each one, you will unlock a new challenge. Now, without further ado, let's start with the first one, which is use a rift. You have to use one. Visit a rift zone and deal damage to opponents at a mountaintop Viking village or loot lake. So you gotta do 200 of that. Now for the first one, which is use a rift. For this one, I'd recommend you go to loot lake and use the 0 point. If not, you could just head to Pleasant Park and you can use the rift at Pleasant Park where the Durburger heads are. And then once you've used this rift, you can then just head over to Tilted Town or Tilted, whichever Tilted is available at the moment, and you should get the second one, which is use a rift zone. Now for the third one, which is deal damage to opponents at Mountaintop Viking Village. This one you probably have to get a perfect circle, and for those of you who don't know what a perfect circle is, a perfect circle is basically a circle that goes exactly where you want it to go when you're doing challenges, right? So you'd have to get a perfect circle or be on top of the Viking village and have some form of a long range weapon that you can deal damage to opponents that are not on the Viking village in order to get this challenge done. Now once you've completed these ones, the next one will be visit a memorial to a cube in the desert or by the lake. Now for this one, I'd recommend doing the one that is at Loot Lake, seeing that this one is a bit closer, or if you do get a circle that is close to Paradise Palms, then you can visit the one in the desert, which is where the cacti burn down at the desert. So you will see the scorch marks. You can just head there, and then once you get this one done, you can then do the next one, which is eliminate opponents in the desert. You have to do 3 of these. This one isn't that hard. You can pretty much do this one at any time, and once you've eliminated 3 opponents in the desert, you have this one done. And then you can move on to the next one, which is search chest at Loot Lake. Now this is why I'd recommend that you check the memorial at Loot Lake, because you can then do this challenge which says search chest at Loot Lake. You'd have to search 3 of them. So as usual guys, there are these 3 that are always really close together. I always use these ones whenever I'm doing search chest at Loot Lake challenges, because once you get this one on top of this place, you can easily get the other 2 and you get this challenge done. Now for the final one, which is consumed mushrooms. Now there are a few places that these mushrooms spawn. There are some in Lonely Lounge. There are also some close to where the pirate camp is. There's a few over by Shifty Shafts, which is probably the best place to go because they do spawn a lot there. So once you go there, you guys can get this challenge done by consuming these 10 mushrooms. Now once you finish these, you guys will be able to unlock the prestige versions, which you then press your interact button and you will unlock the prestige version for each of these challenges, which are use 4 rifts, search chest in rift zones, 5 of them, and eliminate opponents at a mountaintop Viking village or Loot Lake, 3 of them. For the use the rift, you can use the ones which are at the stone head in the snow biome, or you can use the ones that are at close to Pleasant Park where the Durburger head is. But I definitely recommend you guys using the 0 point, as the 0 point does count as a rift. So you don't have to go in 4 separate rifts. You can go in the exact same rift. So I recommend diving directly into the 0 point, as it won't fade once you dive into it. So dive into the 0 point, and then once you've used it and you teleport it to the sky, dive into it 3 more times and you'll have this challenge done. For the second challenge, which is search chest in rift zones, you would have to search 5 of these. I did mine in retail row, and it really just depends on where the circle is and how many people come to your area and how many opponents are there as well. So there are 2 rift zones currently on the map right now, and that is Tilted Town, and there's also Mega Mall, which actually got switched back to retail row. So those are the current rift zones that you guys have to go to search chest, and once you got search these chests, you'll have these challenge done. As for the next one, which is eliminate opponents at Mountaintop Viking Village, again I do recommend getting some sort of a long range weapon or explosives where you can deal a fair amount of damage. Unless you're an okay sniper, you can deal these ones as well. Also, if you guys do deal the damage and then leave the mountain, sometimes you will realize that you actually get the challenge done, which was something that happened to me. It's a strange glitch, I'm not sure why that happens, but nonetheless guys, you'll get this challenge done. Once you finish those, you will unlock visit memorials in desert and by a lake. Now you have to visit both of these. Again, this one kind of depends on if you get a perfect circle. For example, I'd recommend staying in the bus until you see exactly where the circle ends. If the circle ends closer to Loot Lake, then you'd head to the one in the desert biome, and if it ends closer to the desert, you would head to the one in Loot Lake. So when you respawn, you can then respawn closer to the other one, and then you can head over to that one, and you will have this challenge done. For the next challenge, which is eliminate opponents at Paradise Bombs or Fatal Fields, I think Fatal Fields might be the better area to go. It's not that huge, but if you are playing squads, you might get a few people over there. You can get a few eliminations there. Also, in Team Rumble, you do get a lot of end zones in Fatal Fields, so you can potentially get these eliminations here if you guys are playing Team Rumble, and you'll get this challenge done. As for search chest at Loot Lake or Lucky Landing, Loot Lake might be an okay area to go search for some chests, but I definitely recommend Lucky Landing, considering that there are more chests there, and depending on where the bus is headed, you can go there and not get contested by other teammates or opponents in order to get these chests done. So I definitely recommend going to Lucky Landing, searching these 7 chests, and you'll have this one done. And for the final one, which is consume mushrooms in a single match, and you have to consume 5 of these. Again, I definitely recommend going to Lonely Lounge to do this one. If not lonely, then you can go to Shifty Shafts, and you guys can pretty much consume 5 mushrooms in no time, because the mushrooms are really close. And I do believe that since the update, they did kind of put a bit more mushrooms scattered around. I do see a lot more spawning now. So you can consume all of these and you will get this challenge done. So that is going to be doing it, guys, for the Worlds Collide missions guide. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can get my own supporter creator code, and also so I can get custom matchmaking codes so I can put on some more tournaments and some little special events for you guys. Also guys, check out more videos if you guys are interested, like for example my weekly challenges guide or some gameplay if you guys are interested in that. This is Triple Storm, guys. Stay one by the tumble and take care.